sound like, bro.
I know. But like I'm talking about when I was younger, cause I used to do like I was with in middle school. I would be with my like best friend at the time. She used to do dance and everything. So we had came up with a YouTube show and shit, or we was just trying to vlog and everything. So it's like I listen back to those now, and I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy. And I was like, I got a bad gauge on like voice control now, but it was worse then. It was just all loud.
Like people.
Yeah. So it's like that, and I'm like, y'all put up with that all the time. That's crazy. Nobody had a complaint other than the fact that I like actually yelled and was like loud auditorily. It wasn't that it was like my voice was the problem. It's just like, why you yelling all the time? Why you always seem so angry? But I'm saying
all the time. It's naturally a little crazy. It's okay.
I don't know which one of them I got it from. My mom or my dad.
It's only right because it's the only one not factored in. I feel like it's both for sure, but like,
cause I'm like really sitting there. It's not like my dad. Like being around my dad, I can't recall so many times I've heard him really yelling or just talking loud like that. So I'm like, where? It might be him. I mean, yeah, he can yell like he's done, like, but I was across the house at that point, so like he had to. Felt like it might be my mama.
She
just don't want to say nothing.
She could be loud. I ain't really heard her like loud as hell, but if I'm upstairs and she say my name, I can hear her. So
I feel like it might be my mama. That anger might come from my dad.
We back live in the studio on NWCLV.FM. It's the DJ King Cobra. Move slick, strike quick, hit you once and it's over. Off top we hot. And we have YoungKingSplit and GFB Sviko.k. Sviko.k or just Sviko.k?
It's just Sviko.k.
Yeah, we got them in the studio. They out here from the Bay, and we was having a little conversation that we finna pick back up on. So I was raising some questions about the old school way and the new school way of, getting the song together and putting it out. Now after that is the second thing is like, really actually getting it heard, and your listeners turning into actual people who show up at your shows. Now I personally went through some in way back in the G when I was rapping. I was in Houston, and I had a homie who had a store, and we can go in there and boop 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 hit the sound scan. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm finna get up on things. I'm finna get my sound scans up. Okay, got my sound scans up. Put out a flyer for a show, and then it was me and the homies in there like, So okay. This don't actually work as far as, the numbers look good, but the shows don't.
Yeah.
So, and now when it comes back around these days, people can buy fans, buy spins, buy views, buy all that, but it still doesn't translate to people being in the
shows,
audience at the shows and really like, you get paid money off of streams. You have to be independent and really, have your stuff together for you to get the money on the streams. But that show money is where you can really rake it in. But, you got a bunch of streams and nobody showing up to the shows that don't compute. So I've been through it myself, and I came up with a new strategy, and I'll let you know. But I want to know, like, how do y'all, what do y'all do about that or to prevent that from happening?
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, I say networking, but like in person. Make sure you still touching, bases with where you at if you're gonna do it like locally, because a lot of the shows that we put on, just to make sure we have that base like 15, 30 in the crowd, we've already done that network to where we have those people that really, wherever you finna be at, bro, if it's close enough for me to get to, even if it's far, if I gotta shoot to get there, I'm gonna be there. Because you're going to have your base main following and make sure that you're building that up either from up under you where you're going to be at, if that's how you're going to do it, or even if you're going to do it online, you got to make sure y'all really got that bond. So if you're going to work with people online, I feel like the best way to connect with them is if they got a piece of artistry or whatever they working on, y'all going to come to an agreement, a collab, sending each other stuff, because then it becomes more personal. I feel like to counter that, the best answer to sum it up is to try to make it as personal as possible, the network you're doing, because then it actually feels like you sticking out for them, they're going to stick out for you kind of thing. I feel like that's the best way to go about it, because the shows that we have had, I mean, I feel like there has been some where it wasn't a big turnout how we expected, but there also has been some where we have gone about the network how I've described it, and people will still show up on it and even bring an extra 5 people just because we stuck our neck out for them, or like made them feel like, oh, you fuck with me for real, I'm gonna be there for you. So
you gotta be personal or personable. But in addition to that, as I've experienced it in the shows I've done, because there's been some where, you feel me, we've performed and it ain't really been nobody there. It's been some we've done where nobody we knew was there, and there's been some shows where everybody we knew was there. I think a good mix of it is being able to connect with the people that's listening to you. Like you said, that way they support you back. You know, a lot of, at least my core, like, supporters and like people that really rock with my music and everything and show up are some of my friends and everything who have seen me go through this journey, you feel me? And that's another reason why letting your supporters and your fans in on some of your processes, what you be up to, things like that. These help retain the interest in, you know, everything. Don't put yourself at a level where you out of reach, where they just looking at you like a celebrity. Like, nah, you know, I'm doing music. I want you to support this music. You've listened to this. If you express that you like this, okay, cool. I'm gonna keep putting more stuff out. Just it's a back and forth on it, because there's 2 ends. Like you said, you could put out the music and get these numbers, and that's fine. But to have that at the show, that means that these are the people that you got like a reach out to, for real. These are the people that taking your art and have it resonate with them. They like it and want to actually show you support. And a lot of times that's going to come from you just being at a base level of being another person. Like,
it's a human connection.
Right.
Human connection for sure.
Because I'm just another human making art. All I want you to do is support my art. You feel me? You like this? Cool. You know, hey, I'm trying to make something of this. I could use your help. And, you know, these is where you get showed. Like you said, another thing, demographic. That do play a part into it. Know where your target audience is. Because, yeah, you could have a song that's blowing up, and it could, like, for instance, let's say it's a hip-hop record, right? Cool. You could do this, and you could have the numbers behind you to damn near, or, you know, get on Billboard and everything. But the problem is going to be, if you go to an area that's predominantly just rap, nobody's going to know your stuff. Now, there's an extension in this of knowing how to move when you're not in your certain demographic, but know who your audience is. So that way, another way you can gain more is at least catering to your target audience. These are the people. Think about who you're making music for. Think about who supports your music the most. And then take those 2 things into account. Know where you want to plan out your shows. Know where you want to be at, because these are the people that's really going to rock with you. And then when they go to your shows and they see you do well at your shows, they going to put other people in that area on. Well, the thing is, you never know where those people going to be from or go. And they can take that to a whole other place. Now, you could do shows out in, you feel me, the whole other side of the coast. You could go out of the country, and there's people who already know your tracks. Just because from that base level when you started and you was doing your shows, even when it was just 5-10 people in that crowd, you still treated them 5-10 people solid because they came to your shows. You know, and people gonna see that. So that's another way to help, like, at least bridge that gap, you know, a little bit and push it in a better direction, instead of like having to just go about it in the way of like, okay, I'm gonna put this out and we just gonna hope for the best, you know? Because, yeah, your music can be strong, but if you don't have a connection with the people that's listening to it, that's not gonna matter.
Exactly. You know, to put that into perspective with the streams as well, I feel like now, if you look at what was just said, you know, that's perspective of, all right, you got bots, whatever, buying your plays, got your streams. You're not catering to AI. That's not who's listening to your stuff. You know, you want the people to listen to it at the end of the day, because that's who's gonna get you where you going. That's gonna go get you your fame, whatever you're going for, or even to just get your message out. That's what's gonna get you there, not you just paying for the stream. So it don't equate at all.
Right, and that's the basic principles that I learned after doing the sound scan thing. I would take a bunch of CDs, go to the clubs early, and it started out trying to catch people in line, but I'm like, okay, people already in line, they don't
Not
want
gonna
nothing
be
in their
selling
heads. They ain't tripping on that. But earlier, coming a little bit earlier and catching people in the parking lot when they're getting out of their car, a group of people, group of guys, group of females. Hey, y'all, look, I'm on these tracks on this CD. I'm on all these tracks. Pick a number.
Yeah.
They pick a number, and I say my verse as strong as I can, loud as I can, right there. And I was like, all right, somebody else pick another one.
Right.
I'm on this one. Somebody else pick another one. Boom. Do 3 verses right quick, and they like,
Okay.
damn, this boy is, hey, man, let me get one. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And now they're close enough to their car where they can get the CD, go throw it back in their car, and then go in the club.
Go
Right,
around
so they come
slapping
back
it,
there,
you know?
Exactly.
So, boom, I do that, sell out of my CDs. I got a group of partners, we're all in the same group, like we spread out. I'm looking for them. Hey, I'm done. Man, what, you put your CDs in the car? No, I sold them all. I'm going in.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Because you put it out there,
Yeah,
like,
and
you put it
then-
out there, like, and also to put what you're saying into perspective for people who's doing music now, because it's not like everybody's doing no CD thing, but you can still use that tactic. Like, if you see somebody, you still trying to promote your music in that sense, show somebody your track list, have somebody pull up your little QR code to your
QR
album or
code.
something like that.
Go
Just
pick
like
a
you
track,
said,
bro.
pick a
Whichever
track.
one just
Whichever
catch your
one.
eye.
Right now, yeah.
Have them say the link. That it still works. It still works that way.
This is that part of adapting and everything. You
Yeah.
just gotta know how to
Adapt.
take that and work it with today's stuff.
Like the clubs, like in Houston where I was, there was a club popping every night. So, and then there was certain after hours, 2 of them, one on the north, one on the south. So I made myself available at all those places, but those was my social medias. That's where a group of people with common interests would gather.
Right.
And that's where I would hit them. So these people knew me in all of these different places on all sides of the city. I'm not beefing with nobody. I'm from Louisiana.
Right.
You know, they got their north side beef, south side beef, essays, all
got
this.
nothing to
But
do
you
with
can
you.
move wherever.
Yeah, I don't have no beef with
So now you got
nobody.
the access though,
Yeah,
too.
I come over there, and then being from out of town, they accepted me better than somebody who was trying to have the same sound as me.
Exactly.
My sound completely different. They look like, where you
That's
from?
smooth,
Oh,
right.
we know you from Louisiana
Right.
with all that, like, cause they was all with all that come down in Maine and hold up talking about it. You feel me? It was
Yeah.
cool.
For the slide.
That's why I can slap that music, some screws, some Swisher House, and my people and my boys now. But I was completely different, and I had to put it in there and all these,
In a
and
new environment.
until the
so-
point where if they ever saw me got on stage, it's like, I don't know how many people I've done this to, but I've done it at a lot of places. So I got all these fans, like, they've heard, that's the I was talking about when he was just yelling in the parking lot. That was him, man. I was like, it wasn't no fighting, man. That boy was just going hard. So, and now I can see these, and they'll be like, okay, hey, what number? 6, 8, 12.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll
They
never
yelling.
forget that. Like, that's your character. That's
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Put
and
that out
that
there,
just
that's
was,
my brand. Yeah.
and it just worked. But it was a lot of footwork. Like every night, I can still almost name each night which club I would have to go to and make a presence. Do something. Every time I don't have to rap, but I have to do something where they see. If I just get on stage to a Louisiana song and then come down when it's over, they like, oh yeah, that's
Right.
old boy,
Right.
that's the homie, that's old dude. They not even tripping on me. But yeah, it takes a lot of footwork. It takes a lot of personal connections with people. And now when I go, oh yeah, the shows, oh there's people there, and they're like, oh yeah, that's yeah, he finna do it. So. And you guys are already on the right path, man.
Right, no, that's good advice though.
Yeah, but shoot, y'all told me. I knew what I had done already. I just wanted to see what you guys are doing in the situation, and it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
The times have changed.
Yeah.
There's different technologies, there's different ways of doing it, but the methodology is the same.
Same hustle.
Be personal. Get
Right.
personal with people and should take care of your fans. You can't pick your fans. That's
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
don't
that's
wanna
out
be
what
early.
paid. That's
you
why I
can't
don't
pick your
understand.
fans and
Overlook.
you
You
can't
cannot pick
pick
your
what they
fans.
gonna love. Like,
Yeah.
I y'all love this song. I just
Okay. Just had man.
right. So, but you just give you just give out of your creativity
Right.
and you
whoever
just-
rock with it, rock with it.
right.
Yeah, 10-17 verse 5.
There's gonna be a few times where you just gonna laugh like, how y'all pick this one? Like, I was
Out of
playing.
all tracks,
Like,
bro.
I was
just
playing.
put out
I
5
was
of these.
playing, man, them be the ones
Yep.
too.
I was
just
playing. I was playing with
It's
the
that
homies
energy.
with
I
the
feel like,
freestyle.
honestly, and that's what a lot of people should pay attention to that because literally is the recipe every time. I was just joking. I wasn't being
Right.
serious or I didn't really like it like that because I was just playing. But I guess whatever energy is in that I was just playing, people like that. It's that organic, the organic effortlessness of you just
Yep,
putting that out
pure.
there.
Because a lot of the songs that you just be making where you just messing around or whatever, you're not worried too much about how it's structured. You're not sitting there thinking, oh my, I gotta put these lyrics in this 16. Let me structure this bar this way. No, you just going in and having fun. And a lot of times, that's really just what you need to do.
It's like somebody getting that feel of your pure expression.
Yes.
It's a pure piece of you.
Mm-hmm. Because you just throwing that out there. This is what I felt at that moment. You know, it don't have to have no type of rhyme or reason. Maybe it literally rhymes, you know, but it's like I didn't have to sit here and think too hard about this. I didn't have to sit here and try and create such an image of what I'm trying to uphold. No, this is a piece of art I felt like making at that time, so I put it out.
Mhm.
And if y'all cool with it, cool. If y'all not, I just put this out. So do with it what you will. And then those be the ones that take off. Okay, so y'all is cool with this.
He was like, I gotta perform this a million times
Right.
now. Oh man, but you just go with it. But as long as you giving them yourself, they're gonna receive your next
Exactly.
song. It's like that was you, that was pure, that wasn't nothing gimmicky. You was trying to do that.
And that also lessen the blow on your end if it is one that you don't really like that much, because hey, this is still you. You know, if you, as long as you made this and still kept the element of yourself through your like music, through that, regardless of how the track came out, you still know, okay, this is still me. You know, it's not I completely took myself away from this and did something different. So now if I don't like this, I hate this song because this ain't even me. You
Right.
know, whereas like for instance, you know, I was telling you about Energy and everything. I made that song, yeah, cool, it's for the club, but it's still me. So I know at the end of the day, if this was to take off, I could still go out and perform this and not hate myself at the end of the night. You know? So I feel like that's another key part of it in separating, making it a gimmick versus just having your fun and doing what you want to do.
Alright, that's what's up. Yeah, man, and I know y'all got a few more people in y'all group we was waiting on. So, like, the basis of y'all group, y'all put together, like, the Super Friends. Y'all all, is it, like, all, like, a real group, like the Hot Boys was a group, or is it, like, individuals? Like, the Hot Boys was really individuals that was in
It's
the
more than
like that.
individual,
It's
yeah.
surely like that. I'll put it this way. We all recently clicked up about like two years ago.
Yeah, that's it.
We all went to school together, but none of us hung out. Like we all hung out in groups that hung out with groups that hung out around each other, but none of us was really like tapped in with each other. It's crazy because on my Instagram feed, actually, I have a picture that I took while I was at high school. It was like an umbrella. It was like raining that day. And come to find out, I didn't find out this until this year. The person in my picture with the umbrella is his brother.
LPA.
Man.
That's crazy. So it's like destined kind of thing almost in a weird way. But yeah, everybody already had their own thing going on. Me personally, I wasn't too big on the music scene. Like I, dialed back like I was saying earlier. So I was more so into my art at the time. They was both into their craft of the other music. So we all just kind of came together. They amped me back up into doing music, and we figured, since we all on the same tip, we all working very well together, and we got the same kind of idea of where we want to go with it. Why not just, make sure we all locked in, and whoever we come across that actually might, express or display like them wanting the same thing, there's something for them to be able to, there's a tangible thing for them to be able to might be a part of, or like, you know, I want to be a part of what y'all got going on. And instead of having to compromise something that's individual for us, why not make it collective? So that's kind of where it came from.
Okay, and that's in the Bay, exactly.
Say,
East Bay,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. That's where the majority of us at.
Antioch, Pittsburgh, Concord, all the way up to what? San Francisco. All the way back down to Fresno, I think. So just.
So, okay, and so y'all are just getting together recently within the 2 years. So within the last 7 years, let's say, who are some of the Bay artists that we might not know about?
Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna go off a list of just my personal favorites. 1100 himself, and Mitchell. Check out Mitchell as well. Do not just leave him out. Who else? Cot bands I like. He a good one. EBK Young Jock. That's Stockton, so I will put that disclaimer. But as far as NorCal go, it's been a rise I've seen in the past few years and everything of NorCal as a group, because there are people from Stockton, Sacramento, and the Bay all like leveling up at the same time. In the city, Stunnerman 02 is a good one. Larry June, of course. Who else is around there? I've noticed. King Key, I rock with her. Who else? Sulan, a good one. I want to say they moved down to LA, but they is from Oakland originally.
That count?
Yeah.
That counts, yeah.
So, who else? Ali Cocaine, another good artist. Another woman artist I like, Damo Duce. You should check her out as well. Who else have we been working with?
So you know, I know LP8. You feel
Of course,
me?
that's
He down
nice.
from. I'll talk about that's in the group. LP8, YoungKingSplit, Sviko.k. They all from the Bay. They go crazy.
Yeah. I ain't never heard nobody like them.
Man.
OG.
And that's
Man,
what I need
shout
to
out,
know
hey,
now.
wait. Big shout out to OG. Big shout out to OG.
That's what's up. Now, I need to know where we can find y'all at social medias, internet,
Alright.
everywhere, you know, wherever your music is already or where it will be dropping soon.
Alright, so we got a couple things in the works as of right now. First off, me, myself, and Sviko.k, you feel me, we done dropped, actually me, Sviko, and LPA all just dropped a track on my SoundCloud. So if you look up YoungKingSplit on SoundCloud, you should be able to find my page.
Spell it out slowly.
YoungKingSplit, all one word, YoungKingSplit. For me, so go check out my SoundCloud and go check out our Detroit Flow track that we just dropped. Me and my brother LP8 have been working on a tape recently called Rap Kotsky. We in the final work stuff, so we should be able to drop that to streaming platforms soon. Apple Music, Spotify, any YouTube, any type of platforms, it's gonna be up there.
LP8 just dropped No
Right,
Excuses.
exactly. His tape, he just dropped his solo project, which I, myself, and Sviko, you know, were both featured on as well as OG. Y'all go check out him on there too. You feel me? So go make sure y'all run that up. LP8. Just type that in. You gonna find my brother. You feel me? Go make sure y'all stream that, share it.
The album called No Excuses. 'Cause
No.
There's no excuse for you not to be streaming.
It's like that. For me, outside of that, we got some more tracks we in the works of course. I've been uploading stuff more to my SoundCloud because I got a personal connection to that, you
I
know.
feel like you were saying, just dropping them things that make you happy.
Yeah.
Or them little things
Mhm.
that's still your artistry that you
'Cause-
might have just been playing on. We ain't playing.
Right.
But, you know, that would be where that's at.
And it's like, that's where I started. So, of course, that's where my main pull, you know, like, I started out with that before it got turned into a joke around, like, as a stigma of being, like, a SoundCloud rapper and everything. Like, we not gonna forget some of the biggest artists was coming up from there.
Oh, man.
You feel me? So, it's just a platform. You know, I'm gonna use this platform because I got it. It's a tool. I'm not finna sit here and let y'all try and put me into this box just because I use this platform. People is using this, and y'all respect them because they in the billboards.
It's like you talking down on somebody for using LimeWire.
Right, so it's
Come
like
on now.
a lot of those, and especially because you got more creative range and stuff as far as like, you know, policies and everything, you could put out the music that you want to make. You know, if you just want to throw a track out there, I could do that. So this is where my exclusives, you feel me, come in, and I'm going to keep paying, like, I'm going to have certain exclusives because I still want there to be a use for it. I don't want you to have to only find my stuff on Apple Music. No, you could go find some other stuff other places too, but it's going to make you have to go there. If you really want to listen, you can take that time, you feel me? And find out what else I'll make, you know, what other sounds I got. Because I just dropped, at the beginning, I want to say like last year, I had dropped Mary Split Miss Trappy New Year. It was my solo little EP. I had, I want to say, like 5 or so tracks on there. And, you know, I just got back in a mode. I was recording. So, okay, cool. I made a couple covers, I want to say. I just did the video for my cover for KeauxBruh. It's my Erykah Badu cover. So if y'all rock with Erykah Badu, y'all should go check that out. It's on YouTube. You can go type in YoungKingSplit, KeauxBruh. That should show up.
So it's a slapper.
Yeah. You feel me? So there was that one. I did the video for Still Trippin' because I just did that cover. And I got both. All of these songs is on my SoundCloud. Y'all can go find that. You could also go to my Apple Music and find my Split tape, which is like my first official like solo project tape. This is the first one I was ever like finally able to get out. It took me some years. So I like it. I may not play it as much because I'm working on new stuff and I like what I've been working on lately. But that's gonna hold a special place. This is my first official work. You feel me? Of course, I'm gonna always uphold that. So make sure y'all go stream that because it's not like it was bad. Y'all gonna see I'm good. So,
bro. Yeah, y'all go check him out. You heard me? It's DJ King Cobra on NWCLV.FM. Don't touch that dial.
cool to hear.